we need to start talking about this phenomenon called gatekeeping in sport. Like, gatekeeping is something that's been done over the years for a lot of spheres of life, like, when it comes to movies or songs or whatever it is, like food choices even. It's embarrassing in the sporting sphere is all I'll say. The other things you can have a conversation about it later, but in sports it's embarrassing. And the reason I can't believe I have to make a video on this, because every day I wake up I see people belittling other people, saying that, oh, but your opinion doesn't matter. Why? Because you start watching relatively recently. No. Why are you doing that? Like, here the variable to this whole video is, you've been watching it, you watch it recently, but you've been watching everything with passion, whatever it is. They're like people who are interested in the sport and not basing their opinions of social media. Why would you tell somebody that their opinion doesn't matter because they're relatively new to a sport? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, and everyone has to throw all these fancy terms around, right? Like stuff that they may not even know the meaning of. A plastic fan, you have no experience. This, you don't know what you're talking about. You're waffling. This and the other. Why are they waffling? Why are they plastic fans? And who gave you the right to gatekeep a sport? It's not like you invented it. Like, and even if you did, sport is a democracy in it. Like, it's not something that you can hold close to your heart and go like, oh, but I'm the one who's most passionate about it. Why? Because I've been watching it for X amount of years. No. Let's always remember as sports fans that, one, there is always someone out there who's more experienced than you, who can talk to you the same way. And two, if you're trying to belittle newer fans, you're effectively ruining the whole spirit of sport. Like, I'm not going to say that you should be listening to everybody's opinion, because let's face it, there are some opinions that shouldn't be allowed on the streets, right? But you don't have to react to them, is my question. Is my point, sorry. Why would you, like, let's say somebody said Kylian Mbappe is the all time greatest football player. I completely disagree. But I can also conclude the fact that if that person has been watching it recently and has made that assumption, why do you want to react to it? You can say, okay, yeah, I think Messi is the greatest player, but you can't then go like, oh, but you're irrelevant. Why? Because you watched it for 2 months. Why do you want to do that? Like, I understand that you want to do that, and like, but you can keep that in your mind. You can't, you don't want to have to say that right out loud and stuff and belittle their journey towards sport and stuff. Because let's face it, you were new at one point. If someone kept doing that to you during your over enthusiastic phase, and let's say for example, I'll track my F1 journey. I've been watching the sport for 12 years. At the beginning I saw Vettel doing unbelievable things. He was the only one winning every single time. And if I said something overly enthusiastic to F1 fans at the time, saying that, oh, but Vettel is the greatest driver of all time, and like Red Bull are the best team, this, that, and the other. I support Mercedes, by the way. If people had repeatedly slammed me for my lack of knowledge relatively, and they kept telling me that, oh, you don't have to watch, you're a plastic fan, you don't have, you got no idea what you're talking about, this, that, and the other. My whole spirit would be dampened, my whole enthusiasm towards sport will be gone. And some of you may raise the argument, like, let their spirit be dampened, because if they're making such shitty opinions, they deserve to not watch the sport. I hear that fully, yeah, like I completely understand where that sentiment is coming from. But let's not forget that we as fans have had so many howler takes throughout our life. We've had so many times where we said something which looked smart at the time, and in a couple of months, years, whatever the time frame is, we've been made to look like absolute idiots, right? So give them that benefit of the doubt, give newer fans that benefit of the doubt. Don't be that person who goes like, oh, but everything you say is wrong. Why? Because I have more experience than you. Let's not forget, again, as I'm saying, that if I kept dampening your new introduction to a sport, you wouldn't be in this position in the first place. And this is other thing as well. Like, if you're getting into a new sport, right? Like, let's say you're getting into F1 or basketball and stuff. A lot of gatekeepers like to say, oh, but you're glory hunting. You're only choosing the team that's most successful. This and the why? Didn't you do the exact same thing? Like, look at me. I'm a Barcelona fan. I'm a Mercedes fan. And I chose teams that were successful, like Barcelona, or relatively successful, like Mercedes. I didn't deliberately go out there and choose a mid-table La Liga team because I wanted the vibes of football. No, it's I can't believe I'm saying this, but how dare you police someone on their choices? If someone wants to watch a new sport and they pick the most successful team, so be it. Who are you to be like, oh, but you can't do that? Why? Because if you do that, everyone will know you're plastic. Who cares? History is written by the winners. It's something that you've been preaching back in the day when you've made your choice to support. And it's the same for Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Juventus, this, that, and the other. Every institution of fans have gone through that phase at some point. Right? And if you're trying to like police someone based on their choices, let's not forget, like, I'll give you an honest example. You look outside right now, and I can guarantee you there'll be a lot of PSG jerseys. There won't be, let's say, AC Milan jerseys. Why? That's just how the game works. So that's just how sport works. If you're successful, you will draw in more fans. Isn't that the basic core of not just sport, but a lot of other things as well? So if you're trying to be that person and like go like, oh, but I this is close to my heart. This is my sport. I am the one who's qualified to make all these opinions. One, you're not, and two, if you try to do that to all the newer fans, remember your time will come. Maybe your time already came a lot of time ago when you were new to the sport. Or B, let's say you want to get into a new sport in the future. Always remember that someone can do the same thing to you. Always remember that. And it's not like they're going to do it to you and stuff, because be the better person. Be the person of principle. Be the person you always wanted to be, in terms of that you're open to discussion, deliberation, debate, and a lot of things, while keeping everything open. You're open minded. You want to engage with young and old fans alike, right? Don't be the person that sits there and goes like, oh, but I'm on my high horse because I've had the luxury of time. Don't do that, because when you do that, you are trying to do something to newer fans in a way that stay away from my thing. And isn't that what we don't want in sport? Sport is supposed to be a collection of people. Whoever it just brings people together. It's not going to bring people together in the sense that they all have to be diehard hardcore fans who throw flares into stadiums and stuff like that. No, it can be anybody. It can be the most casual fan. It can be the most hardcore fan. It can be everything in between. So the next time you decide to gatekeep something, or like, let's say you saw a woman out there and just automatically assume that you know more, or if you saw someone new and watching and coming up with a lot of inquisitive questions, don't suppress them. Don't try to act like you are superior to them. Don't, in essence, gatekeep something that shouldn't be gatekeeped at all, because it's something that is a global democracy. Like, sport is actually a global democracy, and you have no right whatsoever to take that away from people, however they are. So that's it for today's video. I feel like the moral of the story is don't gatekeep, my friends. And what you can do is like, share, subscribe this video if you feel like I made sense, or if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below, or hit me up for conversations. I'm always down for this. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys soon in the next one. It's been a while since I've made videos because I was in a very disturbing place. Yeah, so I'm much better now. I think it was a trip that had no internet, and technology issues were plenty and all that. So now that I'm back, you can expect me more on this channel. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.